Hello guys, this is Rishabh and you are watching Institute of Legal and Management Studies. ILMS Academy, India's premier legal and management education portal. Get certified to enhance employability. Legal practice is not what it used to be. The legal profession has grown and expanded in many dimensions and has become extremely competitive and highly lucrative in contemporary times. With rapid industrialization, globalization, and liberalization of the economy, the law has also evolved and presents a law student with ample opportunities in many new areas, which will be discussed crisply in this video. Choosing the path of law is just the start of your career. Your journey will present you with many choices, and making the right one can be a challenging task. With the right guidance and support, you can make the right choices and become a responsible legal professional who is an asset to society. Becoming a successful and a revered lawyer is not a simple job. It requires years of rigorous training, as it is crucial to develop one's personality in a comprehensive manner. The skill set of any good lawyer constitutes of communication skills, analytical and reasoning skills, argumentation skills, and research skills. In addition, a lawyer must be a hardworking, honest, compassionate, and ethical individual with a fine eye to grasp the nuances of the law and the ability to work the facts of the case in his or her favor. Let us look at some of the booming avenues of law which the student can explore with respect to their careers. Competition or antitrust law. The law focuses on checking unfair trade and competitive practices in a free market. Some unfair practices include cartel and monopolistic practices, abuse of dominant position. You must be aware of the WhatsApp privacy policy issue, unfair trade agreements, etc., which have a significant adverse impact on the market and the economy. In India, fair competition in the market is ensured by the Competition Act of 2002. Competition Commission of India is the regulatory body that supervises and overlooks trade activities in the market. Many lawyers specialize in the field of competition law, which is an exciting field that requires focus and determination. Mergers and acquisitions. With the exponential growth and expansion of many multinational businesses, mergers and acquisitions have become a common practice. M&A is a critical aspect of business and is regulated by various statutes, that is Companies Act 2013, Competition Act 2002 read with the Competition Commission of India, procedure in regard to the transaction of business relating to combinations, Regulations 2011, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016, and Foreign Exchange Management Act FEMA 1999. Moreover, the Securities and Exchange Board of India SEBI, Substantial Acquisitions of Shares and Takeovers, Regulations 2011, keep track of mergers and takeover of publicly traded companies. Therefore, leading corporations require trained corporate lawyers to oversee their mergers and acquisitions in order to best safeguard their business's interests. It is an interesting area of practice and requires training in the area of negotiation, settlement, and persuasion. It is also an extremely lucrative domain of practice. Information technology and cybersecurity law. We are living in a day and age with a significant portion of human activities, especially monetary transactions and communications, happen on the internet. With the world getting digital and connected through the internet, various legal issues relating to cybersecurity, data privacy, data theft, identity theft, cyberbullying, etc. have emerged drastically and posed a grave threat. The threat looms on both government as well as the private sector alike, and they require certified and trained legal experts on the field. India right now only has the Information Technology Act 2000 that governs the issues related to computer and internet activities. A personal data protection bill was introduced in the parliament but has not been passed yet. Thus, it can fairly be asserted that practice in the field of cyber law and cybersecurity is an extremely exciting and challenging endeavor. Surely, it can also prove to be a fruitful one, as it has tremendous prospects in the upcoming future. Insolvency and bankruptcy law. Indian government consolidated the laws relating to insolvency and bankruptcy in 2016 and enacted the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code (IBC) because it was necessitated due to the huge pileup of non-performing loans of banks and delay in debt resolution. IBC applies to companies, partnerships, and individuals. It provides for a time-bound process to resolve insolvency. When a default repayment occurs, creditors gain control over the debtor's assets and must make decisions to resolve insolvency. Under IBC, debtors and creditors both can start recovery proceedings against each other. It is a complex code that requires a comprehensive understanding. Insolvency professionals and corporate lawyers have immense opportunities to broaden their horizons and enhance their income through practice in insolvency and bankruptcy law. Goods and Services Tax (GST) Law. In 2016, after a long parliamentary journey, the entire indirect tax regime of India went through a paradigm shift when all kinds of indirect taxes were merged into the Goods and Services Tax through the 101st Constitutional Amendment. GST law comprises of the Central Goods and Services Tax Act 2017, including Central Goods and Services Tax, extension to Jammu and Kashmir Act 2017, the State Goods and Services Tax Act 2017 as notified by respective states, the Union Territory Goods and Services Tax Act 2017, the Integrated Goods and Services Tax Act 2017, including Integrated Goods and Services Tax, extension to Jammu and Kashmir Act 2017, and the Goods and Services Tax Compensation to States Act 2017. Tax professionals, chartered accountants, and lawyers across the country have been engaged in understanding this multi-leveled yet uniform tax system. Big companies require professionals who can assist them with their GST liabilities. From the point of view of career prospects, practicing in the area of GST can be very advantageous as it is a complex and emerging domain. Intellectual Property Law. With the rapid globalization and opening up of the Indian economy, intellectual capital has become one of the key wealth drivers in the present international trade. Intellectual property rights have become significantly conspicuous to the legal horizon of India, both in terms of new statutes and judiciary pronouncements. India ratified the agreement for establishing the World Trade Organization, the WTO, which contains the Agreement on Trade-Related Aspects of Intellectual Property Rights, TRIPS. Indian statutes, enforcement provisions, and methods of dispute resolution with respect to intellectual property protection are now fully TRIPS compliant. India has a significant framework to protect various kinds of intellectual property rights. That is Patents Law, 1970, protects the right of an inventor to commercially exploit his or her new invention, such as new technology. Trademarks Act 1999 protects the right of a proprietor to market his or her goods and services, logos of various companies. Copyright Act 1957 protects the right of an author of creative work, such as a painting, song, poem, story, etc. Designs Act 2000 protects the visual design of a product, such as the design of a bottle, shoe, etc. Geographical Indications of Goods Registration and Protection Act 1999 protects the right of a person or a community in relation to a product being made or cultivated at a specific location, such as Nagpur oranges, Banarsi sari, Darjeeling tea, etc. Semiconductor Integrated Circuits Layout Design Act 2000 protects the rights of a developer of electronic chips inside devices like laptops, tablets, phones, etc. Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmers' Right Act 2001 protects the rights of a plant breeder and farmer who develop new plant varieties and seeds. Apart from this, trade secrets are also protected through contracts, though there is no separate legislation granting them protection. Legal issues relating to IPR have been rising. Both litigation and settlement of IPR disputes require trained professionals. Intellectual property law is an exciting and developing field, and being an intellectual property lawyer is an adventurous and fulfilling venture. Alternative Dispute Resolution (ADR). The concept of the Alternative Dispute Resolution (ADR) mechanism is capable of providing substitute to the conventional methods of resolving disputes. ADR offers to resolve all types of matters including civil, commercial, industrial and family, etc., where people are not being able to start any type of negotiation and reach the settlement. Generally, ADR uses a neutral third party who helps the parties to communicate, discuss the differences and resolve the dispute. To deal with the situation of overburdened courts of India, ADR plays a significant role in India by its diverse techniques. Alternative Dispute Resolution mechanism provides scientifically developed techniques to the Indian judiciary, which helps in reducing the burden on the courts. ADR provides various modes of settlement including arbitration, conciliation, mediation, negotiation through Lok Adalats as well. ADR is a lucrative avenue for lawyers to be successful as big organizations and corporate houses usually prefer to settle their commercial disputes without the hassle of prolonged litigation. Visit ILMS Academy for various courses from contract drafting, RTI, labor law, GST, and more. Get certified to enhance employability.